For decades, Johnny Depp was one of Hollywood's most bankable and unconventional stars. An actor who rejected the safe path in favor of eccentric roles that challenged both audiences and studios. From his early days as a teen idol, to his later transformation into a global icon, Depp built a career on creative risk. Yet behind the red carpets and box office triumphs, there existed a quieter story, one of professional resistance, personal turmoil, and an industry that often turned away when its stars no longer fit a convenient narrative. This is the story many believe Hollywood preferred not to highlight. Depp's rise was never typical. While many actors chased stability, he pursued characters that were strange, fragile, or deeply flawed. His collaborations with visionary directors helped redefine what a leading man could be, but they also earned him a reputation as difficult and unpredictable. As the studio system grew more risk-averse, that reputation slowly became a liability. Insiders whispered that Depp was unreliable, that he challenged authority, and that his creative independence made executives uneasy. These claims rarely made headlines during his peak, but they lingered quietly in the background as blockbuster franchises came to dominate Hollywood. Depp found himself both benefiting from and trapped by the system. His success in large-scale films brought immense visibility, but it also tied his public image to financial expectations rather than artistic freedom. When cracks began to show, missed opportunities, critical backlash, and personal struggles, the industry response was swift and unforgiving. Projects were delayed or canceled, and once open doors began to close. Instead of nuanced discussions about mental health, creative burnout, or the pressures of fame, the narrative was reduced to headlines about decline. The turning point came when Depp's private life became public spectacle. Legal battles and deeply personal allegations unfolded in the global media, transforming him from an actor into a symbol of controversy. Studios distanced themselves almost overnight, citing risk management rather than due process. Regardless of individual opinions, what stood out was how quickly an industry that had profited from his talent withdrew its support. The complexity of the situation was often lost in sensational coverage, while the human cost was largely ignored. For years, Depp remained mostly silent, watching his reputation be debated without his voice at the center. During this period, his absence from major Hollywood productions spoke louder than any official statement. It revealed an uncomfortable truth about the entertainment business. Loyalty is often conditional. When a star no longer aligns with commercial safety or public sentiment, the machinery moves on. The story that stayed buried was not simply about scandal, but about how easily a career could be sidelined without a full reckoning of facts or fairness. Gradually, the narrative began to shift. As legal outcomes emerged and public perception evolved, audiences revisited Depp's body of work with fresh eyes. Supporters argued that his contributions to cinema had been overshadowed by years of one-sided storytelling. Independent filmmakers and international projects welcomed him back, suggesting that creativity could still thrive outside the traditional Hollywood power structure. This return was quieter than his rise, but it carried a sense of resilience, rather than spectacle. Today, Johnny Depp's story stands as a case study in fame, fragility, and the price of nonconformity. It is not a tale of perfection or victimhood, but one that exposes how Hollywood manages image, risk, and redemption. What was buried for years was not a single secret, but a broader truth about an industry that celebrates individuality only when it is convenient. Depp's journey reminds audiences that behind every headline is a human being, and behind every silence, a story waiting to be understood.